Good morning. Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. Today is February 16th, and my name is Tiffany Almeida. I'm with Pretty in Paper Crafts, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And I go live every Sunday with fun new projects featuring Stampin' Up's product. And today is no exception. I'm really excited to show you guys these projects today. So hopefully you guys all find the video and can join in with me. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised with the projects today using the Power of Hope stamp set. And the Power of Hope stamp set is one of those free with a $100 purchase during celebration. I'm trying to find the die set that goes, or the embossing folder that goes with it. So this is the Power of Hope and the embossing folder. And this is easy. Everybody loves this embossing folder. It looks like stone. It's really, really cool. But I think we're all getting hung up on what to do with the Power of Hope stamp set. And I think because a lot of us don't, Asian may not be our style, the kind of Asian design. But I'll tell you, my grandmother, she passed away 2 years ago this month. And she was Japanese. And so Japanese culture, Japanese food is very near and dear to my heart and to my family's heart. And we love Japanese food. We love the Japanese culture. And so I kind of tuned into my grandmother and just kind of let her style and her guide me with these projects. And so I hope I did her justice and came up with some beautiful cards. I do love Asian style. I think it's very peaceful and beautiful. So hopefully you guys like what I came up with, and just know that if it's not your style, maybe you'll find something that you like, or that, someone may like Asian style, or would enjoy a card like this. Okay, you guys, let's see if I can, I guess it was okay the way it was. So here are our projects for today. And again, Asian themed, using that Power of Hope stamp set that I now put away in a safe place. Oh, here it is. The Power of Hope stamp set. So first of all, when I saw this beautiful Oriental lady stamp, I knew that I wanted to do the fan, because you can't have a Japanese or Asian woman without a beautiful fan to go with it. So I'm going to show you guys how I made this. You can see there is ribbon. I took the purple posy ribbon, the lacy ribbon, and I put it on the end of the fan. And so I'll show you how I did that. But I think she is just beautiful. And the other thing I did was I stamped her dress in designer series paper and cut it out so that it matched the fan. So this is a really beautiful card. It made me think of my beautiful grandma. So there's that. This one, okay, I was really inspired by a demonstrator named Gail Ellis. And she had a lantern that she made. And I thought immediately of our cool tassels. You know, the Best Dressed tassels. So what I did was I actually separated the tassel. So I took the ring off of the top of the tassel. So I have the ring up here, and then I have the tassel part down here to make this lantern. And then I used the corrugated embossing folder to make that kind of accordion look to the tassels, or to the lantern. So this is another card. Of course, there's always a lot of gold detail in Asian theme or Asian style. So I incorporated that into this card as well. This is Poppy Parade and Pretty Peacock. Okay, and then my other card, this is a design that I did last year with my Blends Club. We learned how to use the vellum and color with blends on vellum. And this was one of the cards we did, which was a lantern card. So you can see the center of the card is open, where you can put a candle or a flameless candle, and definitely use flameless because this is paper, you guys. Flameless candle. So it would light up inside the vellum. And so I made kind of this Asian, I don't know, made me think of like a garden. And I used the cherry blossoms and the branches from the Seasonal Layers dies. I love the cherry blossoms. These colors are Soft Suede, Poppy Parade, and Blushing Bride. So very, very cool. So I'll show you guys how easy this card is to make, and it just is such a stunner. Pull here, there we go. Okay. All right, so here's what we got. We have 2 pieces of soft suede. They are 4 inches by 11 inches. And I scored each of them at 2 3/4, 5.5, and 8 1/4. So I did that for both of them. And then when I folded in a zigzag motion. So I folded in, then I folded out, then I folded in. Okay? So they look like this. Now on one of them, we need to cut some windows out. And I used I'm just going to pick up these flowers that I've already cut, so you guys didn't have to watch me do big shot work. But you do have to watch me do big shot work, because I got to take the stitched rectangle framelits, or dies, and I need to cut out 2 windows. So we're going to be doing these 2 pieces right here. We're going to cut out 2 windows in the center portion. So I've got the die already from the stitched rectangle dies. They look like this. And remember that seasonal layers framelits or dies that I was telling you about? This is in the annual catalog. These cut out the cherry blossoms and the branch. So here's the branch die, and then all the cherry blossoms. There's 3 different cherry blossoms that it cuts out. So I've already gone ahead and done that for you, but we do need to cut out these windows. And I just kind of wanted to show you this step so that it made sense. Okay. So, you put your piece in like so, and because I've already folded, it's trying to lift, so just make sure. Okay, so we'll go run that through. And that loud noise is normal. It's just cutting out the paper. And then we got to do it one more time right next to it. So these 2 center panels are what we're going to be cutting out. It was so helpful to be able to go to one of my own videos and find this tutorial. Oh, wow, Janie. Your song lyrics. Too funny. Okay, so here are our 2 little panels. Our windows into the lantern, I should say. Okay, now for the vellum, I've cut 2 pieces of vellum. They are 2 5/8 by 3 3/4. So they're going to fit right into our windows here. Now what I did was, I am going to do something slightly different. You can see I made 2 mistakes. One is I stamped the lanterns upside down. And 2, they're just too busy. It's just kind of chaotic back there. So I'm going to forego the lanterns and just do the woman and the tree. Okay, so those are the 2 things I'm going to do. So on one of these, I got to get the woman stamp, and the other, I got to get the tree. We are going to actually emboss these in black embossing powder. I thought that was the easiest way to get a nice solid black image and be able to color the vellum. So again, I'm using my embossing buddy here, because you definitely want to use your embossing buddy, especially when you're using black embossing powder, because it gets everywhere. So I'm going to put my little scrap piece here. Okay, get my Versamark, and I'm going to stamp the tree on one, and the woman on the other. Okay, and then we take our embossing powder, and I'm just going to pour these right back into the tub if I can. And then, alrighty. I will clean that up later. Okay, so now, just want to make sure there isn't any black residue anywhere you don't want it. Okay, we are going to, I'm just going to hold down both of these with my bone folder while I heat set, because I don't want one to fly away while I'm heating the other. Okay. Now, you guys will have to tell me. I have a question for you. On this one, I put the embossed side inside. So the embossed image is actually on the inside, and this is the back side of the vellum. Now, this is the embossed side, so you can see it's super shiny and super dark. What I'm going to do is I'm going to color them, and then you can tell me, should I leave it where it's the reverse image, or should I have it with the very dark, shiny side out? And my daughter said that this side was the better side, but for whatever reason, when I finished coloring and things like that, I had to flip it over. So you guys will have to tell me. And I used, again, the Poppy Parade for this. And I used a little bit of pink, but I felt like the pink doesn't show very well. But I did use the pink. So Poppy Parade I used on her dress. And so I just kind of did dark Poppy Parade as like a shadow in between and down her side here. And then I took the light Poppy Parade and filled it in. Now what I did notice though is that some of the black kind of bleeds into the blends, and I'm not sure why, because it's embossed, but it does, and I don't quite know why. The other thing I colored was the tree. I colored it red. And I think this one's too light, so I'm going to go with the dark. Okay, so then her umbrella, you can see, definitely see it in the umbrella, you can see the black is bleeding into the pen. So it's turning very black. And I don't know if that's because not all of it melted or what. But that is what I was experiencing. And then I'm going to do her hair. Okay, that's all I'm going to do for coloring. Now, I will show you kind of an up-close look. So this is the finished colored piece, and then if we flip it over, here's the back side. So what do you guys think? Do you think I should leave it with the embossed side? Or do you think I should use the back side? You guys tell me. Okay, so the other things that we have to do is I have these panels here. I have 2 panels of Blushing Bride. These measure 2 5/8 by 3 7/8. And then I have 2 pieces of Whisper White. These measure 2 3/8 by 3 5/8. So one of these I stamped the sentiment, which says, "Hope is the power that makes all things possible." And I used Memento Black ink. And then on the other one, I did the temple again. Emboss side out and back side. So we got 1 and 1. I'm going to need a tie-breaking vote here. Help me out, guys. Okay, so then there's our temple, and we can go ahead and color our temple. All I did for that is I just colored the roof again with the Poppy Parade. So I used the dark to shade along the slates Oh, this is light. Like, I almost couldn't tell the difference. So all I did was just color the roof. Okay, I'm seeing embossed out. All right, I'll put it out. Oop, I'll put it embossed out this time. My coloring skills today are horrendous. Okay. All right, so then we have those. So let's go ahead and glue these down. And that's really it for these panels. And then we're going to do the flowers on top at the end. But what a pretty thing to use, because this card, so the thing I love most about this card is that it lays flat. It lays flat and fits in a normal envelope. And then when you open it, you can have it as a beautiful art piece to display with a little flameless candle. And it's a great gift because then you can put it on your desk, you can look at it, you can see it, and it's just really cool. So I really like these lantern cards. I think they're very pretty and super easy to do. Super, super easy. When you see it come together, you're going to be like, oh my gosh. Okay, so we're going to do the embossed image out this time. So what we need to do is put just a thin line of liquid glue around the edge. And put our image down. And you will notice that by heating the vellum, it has warped it a little bit. So you just got to kind of play with it. It will try to bend and warp on you. But if you hold it down, the liquid glue will do its job and hold the vellum down pretty well. Okay, so then we're going to do our tree. So again, I'm just taking the time to just make sure the glue is down in all places. The glue is holding and it's not trying to warp on me. Okay. All right. So now we have our front panels. Boom. Done. Now we're going to take the back panel and lay it so that they're folding opposite. So you can see one side is folding out, the other side is folding out. And you're going to put liquid glue, and I use liquid glue because I need to wiggle and move a little bit, you guys. Wiggle and move. So, put some liquid glue on these outside panels. Put this across, and you can lay it absolutely as flat as it can go. And just line up the corners and the sides. Line it up. And lay it flat. And then it will pop up just like that and lay flat. You could even do it like this. And like turn it like a page. Okay? So that's it. Absolutely it. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to decorate with our cherry blossoms. Now I cut out 2.5 branches. Let go, branch. I cut 2.5 branches out from that Seasonal Layers dies, and I cut 6 of the Blushing Bride flowers and 3 of the I did it again, Poppy Parade flowers. So for the, and I'm going to bring my original out so you guys can see. For the branches, I just put adhesive on the back of my branch stems, and you don't need a lot. And then I just kind of place them across the panels, and I kind of want this one up a little bit higher this time. This one's actually going to come across in front of my temple, which I like. And you are going to get glue everywhere. Just let it dry, and then you can go back over it with an adhesive eraser like mine. Mine's so gunky though. And you can get that adhesive off. Okay. So if you get extra adhesive everywhere, don't panic. We can go back after it's dry and clean it up. Okay. Now for the second one, I came from the bottom and I trimmed it last time, but I'm thinking maybe, what do I want to do this time? Maybe I'll do the same thing. I do like this kind of look coming from right about here. So I'm just going to tear this off. That's my cutting. You like my cutting? Just tear it. Very cool. I love that I can combine different stamp sets. And cherry blossoms are very, I don't know what the right term is. It's just a very common flower tree in the Japanese and like kind of the Oriental style. I love cherry blossoms. They're one of my favorite. Also like dogwoods, Japanese dogwood. Oh, I love it. All of their plants are beautiful. Their blooms. I actually got my mom for Christmas a, oh, what are those called? Those little gardens, little Zen gardens with the sand and the little rakes and the rocks and things. I got her one for her desk at work. I thought that was so cool. Okay, so, oh yeah, sponge. Yes, I actually have an adhesive sponge for that very purpose and sponging, but I'm using my silicone mat for my hot glue gun right now. So we're gonna just go with this technique, this messy technique for the moment. So now we're going to glue these cherry blossoms, and I like that I'm gluing over my fingers are so sticky, everything's sticking to me. I'm gonna have to use a lot of adhesive eraser. I like that it's kind of going over the temple. It's kind of cool. And you can put your blossoms anywhere you'd like. There. And I had a big red one right here next to the girl, which I thought was pretty. And then we have this big one here. And this one here. So it's just really cool the way we can decorate. I think I want to do another one right here. Okay. So, I mean, you can go all out with these blossoms. I mean, they can be everywhere. But that is, and of course, the last thing I did was add some more little gold features to it. I do need another silicone mat, right, Dawn? She's like, you need another one. I do. Okay, so I'm going to use my take your pick tool, and I'm going to use the spatula end, and I am going to slide little gold elements off my sheet onto my flowers. Because these little thin embellishments, they do not come off the sheet well. So it's more like you have to push them. So in comes the spatula to push them where they gotta go. It's like herding. It's like herding cats right here. Because that adhesive, sometimes they flick and fly and pop. I've had them pop up and stick on things. It's just so weird. So we just slide that on. Can you buy the liquid glue in a case or only buy singles? In Stampin' Up, it's just singles. And it's $4 a bottle, which is very affordable, and it goes a long way. Because you can see you don't need very much glue. A little glue goes a long way. I don't know if you can buy them in cases or in bulk. I'm sure you could. Because it's just Tombow liquid glue. And I've seen them in the craft stores. Some people love Tombow glue and other people hate Tombow glue. Oop, that one went a-flying. Alright, so there we go. And we have that pretty little gold for the lantern. So I hope you guys like that one. I think it's a really cool card technique. And you can do it with anything that you want to look like a lantern. So there you go, you guys. These are this week's project. I hope, if nothing else, I have inspired you to kind of get out your Asian flair and design with these awesome projects. Or this awesome stamp set, I should say. And the embossing folder is the best part of this suite, but I don't want you, or this bundle, but I don't want you to forget how pretty and scenic this stamp set can be. So thank you guys so much. Have a fabulous week. If you want the make and takes, please place an order with me this week by Friday, and then I will ship those projects out to you next week. Have a fabulous week. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.